Welcome back. I'm Michael Bull, and you're watching or listening to the Commercial Real Estate Show. Today we're talking about self-storage with my guests Graham Hill, Scott Zucker, and James Hanrahan. And gentlemen, it seems like there's new technology kind of taking over most every industry. What are you guys seeing in self-storage?
Well, in the on-site level, we're seeing efficiencies and things like LED lighting and other cost savings, but what you're seeing are more amenities for tenants, where if you don't have Wi-Fi availability for a tenant, you're at a loss.
In a
there.
self-storage facility.
Absolutely. People are stopping there to in between runs to their clients, and they're pulling up email, and they like that capability. You're seeing individually alarmed units, individually actuated locking mechanisms on units as well. There's groups putting in IP cams on storage units, so you can look at your storage, at your stuff inside your goods.
Yeah, I like to be able to look at my
time.
junk anytime
Yeah,
I want.
so some things are going a little bit overboard in my opinion, but some of them, they are actual selling attributes, and they can help you on resale as well if you're not kind of keeping up to speed with. It used to just be that you have a gate and a fence and an electronic operator, but it's kind of gone a little bit beyond there, and the new projects that are coming out are pretty amazing.
Tell us about the robot you saw.
Well, I saw a local trade show, and the technology is amazing. I think it's really what's taking self-storage to the next generation. We call them fourth generation facilities, like James was talking about. You see these automation aspects to the business. It takes away from having any actual management on the properties. You could literally have a remote self-storage operation with a kiosk and with these robots that offer you to get your lock and key and sign contracts. Everything can be done electronic with electronic signatures. It's interesting to march along with the technology advances and have to measure that with the legal issues too, because you now have these online contracts and agreements to communicate via email, communicate via text, communicate via cell with your customers. Again, they're not supposed to be living on the property, which we joke about a lot. Self-storage is just the rental of the real estate. So your customer is not there, so you have to be able to communicate with them, and email and text and cell phone is the way to go.
So there was a robot that was at this event.
It was like a little R2-D2
Yeah,
that marched around the property.
Yeah, it looked like an ATM on a Segway.
Yeah.
And basically, if you, let's say you keyed in your gate code when you get to the property, it will go and seek you out to see if you need any help.
Wow.
Or would you like to pay your rent right now? Or
Yeah.
would you like to rent another unit? So it's an upsell, and a way that they're trying to maximize every single opportunity to touch that tenant. Like Scott said, many a time we rent a unit to somebody and we never see them again, because we're dealing with email, they're paying online, they have a credit card on file, and they come in odd hours. They'll come in 8 o'clock at night once a month, and you never see them again. So having those different ways to touch that tenant and make sure they stay a tenant. My old boss used to always say our biggest competitor is the dumpster. if that person decides that it's more equitable to just throw the stuff away than to keep it in storage, so we try to be a good host for that client, because they could very well leave you, and then you have to spend money marketing to get a new client in there, possibly discounting the rent the first month or so. So it's expensive to lose a tenant. It's a lot cheaper to keep one.
Well, I'm visualizing this robot. It's like, so a storm's coming, I'm at the property, and it's danger, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger. It's gonna be. So Graham, I guess that gives people a lot of opportunities, when they're selling a property or acquiring a property to improve operations, right?
Oh, very much so. Quite often I'll show a property to somebody and show the finances, and their eyes light up at all the opportunities. Like, all right, here's how I can market this so much more efficiently, and it's like immediate cut expenses. So it's just the beginning of what they're going to do, but it's an immediate asset. I mean, I've literally gone from people that mailed out a bill every month to places that are just 100% automated. It's an incredible range.
Right, and there's a lot of turnover, right, in some of these units. So the SEO and the websites and that kind of thing becomes real important, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's The mobile marketing of the internet capabilities has changed significantly. We do about 70% of our overall business is literally through the internet, whether it's people renting a unit or making a payment. And about 70% of the people that find us on the internet are actually finding us on their mobile phones. They're not on a desktop.
70%.
Yeah, so they're not on a desktop. They're not searching on Google directly. They're right in their phone. And if you can't provide services for that tenant on a good mobile platform, you're really at a loss.
They're in
It's
the
kinda
garage,
like what
and they
we-
said, okay, that's the last straw.
That's the last straw,
I'm going to
right.
pull out my phone. But 85% of all searches for self-storage begin on Google. Whether, I'm not sure if it's mobile or desktop, but it's, if somebody wants self-storage, it's, other than for they drove right by it every day, the first thing they do is they
And we're
pull
going
up.
to take a break. I want to hear more about that. We're going to have some more tips for self-storage operators. I'm Michael Bull. This is the Commercial Real Estate Show. Stay with us. The Commercial Real Estate Show is brought to you by Bull Realty, Asset and Occupancy Solutions. Xceligent, building data everywhere. CCIM Institute, the industry's global standard for professional achievement. Valuate, easily share what-if analysis with colleagues online. And First Service Solutions, your CMBS borrower advocate. For more information on how these businesses may be of service to you, visit creshow.com.